It's almost like picking your favorite song. It's kind of hard to do. It's almost impossible. Like picking your favorite movie. Kind of impossible. But different places for different reasons. And I'll share mine at the end of this and why. But
it's a big world out there.
Big world. A lot of room to cover. A lot of places I would still love to go. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, well, where should we start? Should we start in California? Should we list a few little spots off that we like, we enjoy, or what do you think?
Yeah, start locally. Yosemite National Park.
I've been to Yosemite.
Beautiful area. We both have hiked Half Dome, which is one of the major attractions there. The documentary Free Solo. He climbs Half Dome without rope, which is insane and amazing.
Yeah. Crazy. Do you have any quick little fun stories about Yosemite or not? Because I got a little one.
I don't, but I would just say Half Dome, El Capitan, Yosemite Falls. They have an Ansel Adams gallery there, Mirror Lake, tons of places you can go and beautiful camping.
Yeah, absolutely. I had I think that might have been the first place I ever technically like traveled to. I want to say 12, maybe 11, but I think I was 12. We did a school trip. I went to a private school for a very brief amount of time in my childhood. And when we went there, I think I lived at sea level virtually my entire life. It was Palm Springs, it was, LA, it was Florida, everything was sea level. We climbed Half Dome and I got so sick from altitude sickness, and I don't even think it's really that. Maybe I don't know how high it is. I'd have to look it up, but it couldn't have been too crazy. Probably 6,000, 8,000 feet, maybe max. But whatever it was enough to get me like just gassed. And I remember, cover your ears if you don't want to hear this, but I was throwing up everywhere, and all the kids in my class were like, "I want to take a video. I want to do this." We're a bunch of 12-year-olds going crazy, and everyone's asking all these crazy questions. But I do remember when we finally made it to the top, because we camped up there at altitude one day, and
like, what mushrooms are you on?
They at 12 years old, they asked what kind of drugs I was doing. I was like, I'm not doing any drugs.
Yeah, what's a drug?
Yeah, pretty much. And but when we got up there, man, it was one of the most beautiful sights I'd ever seen. And there was this one part at the top that still had ice in there from I don't know how many years it's been there. And one of the kids in our class, this guy Zan, he was a big boy. Like he fully matured at 10. He was a full-grown man with a stash just like that. Walked out onto this ice in this crevasse, and it was like razor thin at the end of it, and it could have broke any moment. He would have fallen a couple thousand feet. But all in all, that was my Half Dome story.
I love it. I hope you're feeling better. 20 years later.
Yeah. I think I've become accustomed to the altitude at this point.
Yeah, I got lucky when I hiked Half Dome with my class in like 8th grade. We luckily no one puked, but
did you actually do that too?
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. Very similar story actually, but just nothing dramatic.
Yeah, it was not fun hiking miles and miles with a full pack and then puking everywhere. Not fun.
Not
fun.
Sounds terrible. Sticking on the national park theme, Glacier National Park and Yellowstone National Park, we kind of do those together up in Montana, and it extends into Canada, etc. But we would go up to Glacier from Whitefish, Montana, and do kind of like these long day trips. And then Pops and my big brother and I did a week-long excursion through the Bob Marshall Wilderness, where you like fly fish and camp and horseback ride and, kind of go through and trek. Just some beautiful country up there. And then you see the glaciers and all that, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
But yeah, I would say that's another incredible national park in the U.S. where, kind of on the West Coast, near the West Coast mountains, you could get to and explore.
Yeah, I think, national parks are just, I'm so glad that they preserve them in our country, and that, there's a place like that we can go and visit, and it hasn't been tainted or ruined by, buildings and corporations, and it's protected for a reason, and it's our job to take care of it as well, and clean up after ourselves and not litter and all that. But they're beautiful, man. They're beautiful. So if you ever get a chance to go to any national park, I would say take it.
Was it Thomas Jefferson who instituted the national park department?
That's
It was Roosevelt.
Roosevelt. Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah.
Was there a different Roosevelt we were thinking about?
FDR is the other one.
Oh, we like Teddy.
Yeah,
Especially
Rough
in the-
Rider. He's the
Yeah, Night at
original
the
Rough
Museum.
Rider. Yeah.
But no, yeah, and who's John Muir is a good one too.
Up in NorCal.
Yeah.
Wait, speaking of our next location, Big Sur.
Big Sur.
Yeah,
Is that Mid-Cal?
it's south of
South, yeah.
Muir Woods is north of the bay,
But very
like Marin.
a pretty
I'm pretty
similar
sure.
like redwoods and field.
Oh
and
yeah,
everything.
you can drive through those massive sequoia trees.
Yeah, I did
Like Hitchcock.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did a motorcycle ride from LA up to Washington, and my favorite part of the entire trip was riding my motorcycle through Avenue of the Giants.
Yep.
With all those massive redwoods, and they're just unbelievable.
I bet that was awesome.
It was one of the coolest. Like I have the video still of just like a surreal moment. The sun setting. These trees are hundreds of feet tall. It's very peaceful.
Yeah, hell
and,
yeah.
and the air is so fresh. Yeah, but Big Sur too. I did a Christmas with my sister one year, just me and her. We got a campsite in Big Sur, and
Oh, I remember that.
yeah, it was so cool, man. That was one of my favorite Christmases actually, because all of the family, we're almost adults now, and or we all pretty much adults at that time, young adults, all the kids, and it was a cool moment, dude. Yeah, and hiking around there, the beach, that you can get to down there is just absolutely beautiful.
The bridge and the cliffs
Yeah.
and the
Oh, the bridge, dude. I went to the bridge and I was hopping over this part, and I hit my knee so hard that I wanted to pass out. I got like delusion, I wanted to puke. It was one of those things like you ever had so much pain your body shuts down, and I just pure nausea. I've never felt sicker in my life from hitting my knee on the most solid piece of metal I've ever felt in my life. Like I could have moved the earth before I moved that thing, dude. Not fun. My sister will remind me of that. I'm just happy I didn't break my kneecap. But Big Sur, beautiful.
all these horror stories. We got to get into some nice memories.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the good ones. Don't worry.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, you guys need to go explore so you can have these experiences like me.
Yeah. We kind of keep it in the nature vibe, right? Big Sky, Montana.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the video.
And subscribe and hit the bell for a whole lot more to come.